Well, look who came out to play today. This is a good old sunshine. Hey guys, this is Trevor. Just hanging out on the property, and you know, I just got done shooting that video, or actually posting that video on the Ponerosa River, and it got me to thinking about like the trees and stuff that grow around in my area, and I thought I would share a little bit of that info with you guys. And the one thing, there's two main types of trees that grow that Central Oregon is known for a lot. Is one is the Ponderosa, which is this is the Ponderosa on our property, and we only have one. And I think she's kind of a unique tree because she's growing out into this very desert, lower altitude area, and she's surrounded by all these juniper trees, and she's the only Ponderosa. But what makes the Ponderosa so unique is that she is genetically engineered herself or evolved to survive wildfires, because that's the one natural disaster that Central Oregon, or even Oregon itself, deals with a lot. We don't have earthquakes, we don't have tornadoes, we don't even really have tons of thunderstorms. But when we do, the main cause or effect from the thunderstorms or lightning is fire. And so we have basically this tree that over, thousands of years has grown to develop a skill to surviving wildfires. And the main thing that makes this tree so unique is its bark. And there's actually a real name for the bark, and I can't think of it right now. But you look at this bark and you realize it looks a lot like a puzzle piece, or puzzle pieces. And the way this bark works is as the fire attacks the tree and burns towards the tree, these pieces will heat up and expand and then pop away from the tree. As the bark is starting to burn and smolder, it falls away from the tree, protecting the tree and creating an insulation from the tree. And that's why we can look down here and you can see like tons of pieces of this bark just sitting here, all these little pieces. That's just the tree naturally shedding itself. But as when a fire hits this tree, it will literally, these pieces will just start popping off, just pop, 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 protecting the tree from actual burning, or even allowing the core or the interior of the tree to get burnt or heat up to damage the actual structure of the tree. That's what makes this tree so cool, is that it is like grown to survive. It's adapted to wildfire, and that's its main enemy, other than beetles and things like that, which we don't have a whole lot of beetle kill problems around here, or at least as that I know of. But what is also kind of silly about this tree, real quick, is that it does, like all trees, when they get wounded, they create a pitch. It's very good for creating actual fire starting tinder. You can take this and mush it up with pine straw right here. And then you'll actually create a tinder. So not only a tree that's designed to protect itself from fire, it actually has elements of itself that can help aid in starting fire, which I think is very interesting. And then the other tree on our property is the juniper. And I wanted to share this one with you guys just because I think it's kind of a unique tree. A lot of people don't look at them because they think these trees are fairly ugly. But look at this guy. She's like literally spiraling up out of the ground like a corkscrew, just turning as it grows. And these trees are a very hardy tree. They start off growing as a solid core tree, but within very soon, and even in their prematurity, they start to hollow themselves out. And this is a way that they can preserve themselves from water and drought, because the less materials inside the tree to keep alive, the less energy it takes to support itself. These trees are a super dry climate tree. They like to stay in flat, dry desert lands, or however you want to put it. You'll rarely ever find them growing like right on the side of a stream or a lake, or even near a river. They do not really care for a lot of moisture. Now, don't get me wrong, they'll drink up a ton of water, but they don't need it to survive, and it actually can hurt them if they get too much water. And that's one thing about these trees that make them kind of amazing. But we kind of switch back over to the Ponderosa. Now, she's a very different element. She can live here out with all these all these junipers in the dry climate, but she also can be living right next to a river or a stream or a lake, or be even up in the mountains. So that's kind of the interesting thing about the climate that we have in the high desert. You know, we're about 3,000 feet above sea level, and then we have mountains that go way up above that to the 6,000 to 7,000 feet area or even further. We even have buttes that go up to the 6,000 foot mark. There's Black Butte back right there in between, right there, and she gets up way up there. So I just wanted to share that information with you guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Take care.